I love the look on the face of my clients when they are telling me something that is so big, so troublesome, so let down in their life, where they feel like they've fallen down, they've gotten it wrong, they really fucked up, somebody else did something to them, is making them feel a certain way. This struggle, that struggle, you name it. And I'm talking about some big struggles. I mean, right now I have in my midst some clients that are going through some really, really big things. And I look at them, no matter what their challenge is, no matter what the problem on the table is, and I give them a smile and I go, good, 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 good. It's good that you're going through that. And I go, what? Excuse you? It's good that I'm going through this, but you don't understand. Yeah, maybe I don't understand exactly this problem right here, whatever that problem is on the table, because yeah, I've been through my own share of problems, but I'm gonna have plenty more in my life. But I don't have knowledge of all problems. None of us do. And none of us can understand what it is like to walk in another man's shoes. We can attempt to understand, to at least have some empathy, compassion. I prefer compassion to empathy on this. Compassion for other people's situations. But yeah, none of us fully understand what somebody else is going through. But I can tell you that each of us in our lifetimes are going to have plenty of problems, okay? And the thing about problems is that there's a couple points to this live stream today. The thing about problems that I've learned over the course of my 47 years on life and this planet and life, right, is that we get to choose a lot of the times where our problems come from. What do I mean by that? Because a lot of people will go, that's not true. Problems happen. It's an outside influence happening to us. Something occurred. I lost my job. I got sick. You know, my partner cheated on me. I went bankrupt. This happened. That happened. Boom, boom, boom. You just don't understand because, right? And so we cast out assumptions thinking that nobody else understands it, and we don't want to take responsibility for the challenges that we have in our life, because some of those challenges, like I just said, some of my clients right now are going through some massive, massive challenges. We don't want to take responsibility for them, because that's a really freaking hard thing to do, to own it, to say, I did this. I did this. But here's the reality. You did it. All of it. I know. It's pretty rough to think about that the issues that you have in your life, the relationship challenges, maybe it's with your parents, your siblings, your friends, your spouse, the person that you're dating, work colleagues, the issues that you have with your body, right? Maybe you feel like you need to put on more muscle, or that you need to lose weight, you need to tone up, you have some illness that has manifested in the physical body, you know, that is scaring the shit out of you. Maybe you are living barely paycheck to paycheck, and you're just really, really struggling, and you're looking at your bank account and it just is going in the wrong direction, and your debt is going in the wrong direction. It's increasing, and the bills keep getting higher, and all of this stuff, life does not stop, and you just can't seem to make it work. But everybody else out there seems to have their shit together. But yeah, look, here you are, you've got this going on and that going on, right? Maybe you're single and you're just going, why? Why am I still single at the age that I am? Why can't I find my person out there? Why am I depressed? Why am I anxious? Why am I unhappy? Oh, it's the trauma that my parents blessed me with. That's what it is. It's my parents' fault. Maybe that's where you're at. Maybe you're working a dead-ended job that you just hate. Monday morning comes and you're just, oh my gosh, blow my brains out type of feelings. Just like, I don't want to get in the car. I don't want to get online. I don't want to go to the office. I don't want to go. I don't want that. I hate my boss. I hate the people that I work with. I hate the building. It just has bad energy. You never find a parking spot. Whatever it is. Maybe that's the situation. Maybe the situation is that you've just started a business. I have a few clients that I'm working with right now that have just started their own businesses. And you just started a business and you're investing and you're putting so much money, so much time, so much energy in. And it's scaring the crap out of you and you don't know what to do, but you're getting told, oh, do this, do this, do this. And that's all foreign. Maybe you have a crap sex life. Maybe the sex is, right? It's no good or obsolete. And you're thinking to yourself, man, my partner just doesn't care. Or I just don't want anything to do with it anymore. Yeah. Maybe you don't have money for retirement, right? And you're getting older and you look at, oh, well, Social Security is probably not going to be around. And even if it is, doesn't matter because it's not going to be able to support me. Whatever the problem, whatever the challenge. I mean, yeah, this is like a handful of problems. We could get into world problems there and how we let world problems interfere with our microcosms, our lives, right? Because it does, and it should. But we kind of get extreme on it. But no matter what those problems are, the reality is you did it. It's your life. You're responsible for it. You're responsible for those choices. And here's what I mean by that, is that we are always going to pay for something. We get to choose if we pay on the front side or on the back side. These problems that I just shared, like just popped out there, all of those things that I just got done saying, those were decisions that were made somewhere now in your past, right? They were made somewhere along in the past over even probably a period of choices and decisions over time. And now the result is this challenge that is on the table that you're struggling with, that you're frustrated with, that you think that the world is out to get to you over, that God isn't there for you, nobody loves you, you're not worthy, you can't ever get it right, you're never seen, you're never heard. Yeah. Those are all normal human programs, by the way. Absolutely normal, we all have them. But the problems that we have right now, they got started over here. They got activated over here in our past someplace. And because we chose to take a simple route, we chose to bury our head in the sand. We chose for immediate gratification that seemed oh so important over there and not looking at what we were actually investing in by making that choice. Because what we're doing is we were making an investment into the challenge, into the problem of our future, which happens to probably be our current moment in time if this is resonating with you. So yeah, you invested over there. You made the decision over there. So good that you're having that problem now. Good that you're having that challenge now, because right now, this is where you get to grow. This is where you get to heal. This is where you get to get real with yourself and say, I now have a choice right now. I can either invest right now in the solution, because every problem brings with it the solution. We can start to invest right now in that solution, or We can rinse and repeat that old cycle over here of how we arrived in this problem. We can rinse and repeat. We can bury our head in the sand. We can go out and we can drink. We can, swipe more credit cards. We can go more into debt. We can change jobs. We can just quit the business. We can quit the relationship. We can just create our life to be this great big microwave, pop, 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 dispose, 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 because it's just not easy. Or we can buckle down. We can buckle down, we can get focused, and we can start to look at this problem for what it is. That problem is an opportunity, okay? It's just an opportunity. And it is, it's like if you're digging for diamonds, you're gonna find a lot of coal. How is coal turned into diamonds? It's created through pressure. And when we start to feel these pressures in life, that's all that's happening, is that we have a choice. It's how we choose to look at whatever we're deeming a problem. But if we flip our sight on it just a little bit, we start to go, what is this trying to teach us? What is this trying to bring to me? Well, most of the time it's telling you who you need to become, because we all have our dreams, we all have our goals, we all have these things that we want for in all these areas of life. And we can have them, but the little shift here is that the you are right now can't have it. Can't have it. You can't have it. You can't have it as the person that you are. You have to become the person that you truly are, that your soul knows, that God knows, that is aligned in frequency to those dreams, those goals, that vision. And you know what? That's why the problems come, because they're there to push us onto the path that we need to be. They're there to get us to do the hard things, the foreign things, the things that feel unfamiliar, the things that scare the shit out of us. And sometimes we have to get scared to death to be able to do the things that scare us the most, to make the changes that we need to change, to actually take a different course in life. So good that you have a problem. Good that it's a struggle. Good that it's scaring the shit out of you. Good that you're struggling. Good that you feel lost at sea. Good that it's taking a hell of a lot longer than what you wanted to, than what you as a human being deem appropriate for whatever it is that you are going through. Good. Good. That's the way it's supposed to be. Because that is a path worth fighting for. That is a path worth pursuing. The paths that have no struggle on them, that have no obstacles, typically lead nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. There's no obstacles there. There's no growth there. There's no transformation there. No, they lead nowhere. You want success, it's going to be hard. It's going to be rocky. It's going to be turbulent. It's going to have its challenges, and it's going to take longer than what you believe it should. Now, I know that some people will say, it doesn't have to be that way. Doesn't have to be that way. Doesn't need to be that way. Why do you have to talk so negatively about it? It doesn't have to be that. It's not negative at all. It's reality. But you know what makes it reality? Us. Each and every one of us. For our lives, for the problems that we are having, the challenges that we are having. It's the thoughts that we think, it's the way that we feel about it, it's our inability to see clearly what we need to do and do it. Because action is really, really important. Okay? But not just any action. It's aligned action. Aligned action, which means that you've taken the time to step back and to look at the problem, but to also look at that problem as though it's an opportunity trying to take you to your promised land. Okay? It's an opportunity that is there to really set you free, to give you everything that you want, to grow you in different ways, to align you to your faith, whatever that faith might be. Okay? Getting into aligned action means that you come into who you are. You are willing to see your light and your shadow. You are willing to do the deep, dark, hard work and never give up on it. You are willing to really face your doubts and your fears, your judgments and your self-criticisms, your self-loathing and your self-hatred. You are willing to face that. You are willing to face that you have not forgiven yourself, let alone others. You're willing to admit when you come closer to that soul alignment and taking aligned action, you're far from perfect. But you're willing to admit those things. You're willing to admit that you're human and truly mean it. Not just give it lip service. And we give so much lip service, but we don't really believe it. We don't really hold on to it close and keep it close to us and say, no, this is me. I am taking those actions. I am stepping forward. I am pursuing this consistently. No, because you know what happens? We go, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and blah, blah, blah. And people come in and they say, you're not going to do that. It's not possible. You're going to fail. And they're probably right. But the reason that they're right is because you just let them be right, because you started to believe that, because their words also connected to you in some way and said, yeah, they're right. They know me. They know me. They know you. They know old you. They know that version of you. They don't know you right now, here today. They don't know you that is going to become all of this. They don't know that you. So that right there is you putting your head in the sand. You saying, this is unfamiliar territory. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't go on any further. Yeah. Even when, when I say this most is when somebody says, they're going to be wrong. Man, am I ever going to show them? And then 60 days goes by. And they're like, yeah, they just fall off the face of the planet because they believed that. That's what they were thinking. That's what they were telling themselves. They weren't doing the internal work. They weren't taking action. They weren't moving their bodies. They weren't vocalizing. They weren't taking the leadership that they might be getting from different resources. They weren't growing and testing themselves and pushing themselves. They weren't applying the pressure that a diamond needs to become a diamond. Instead, they went, it's kind of comfortable over here. Yeah. So, I have a quote here. I don't know who it's from. So if you know, feel free to let me know. But I have it written down. Came across it. A successful man will never see the day that does not bring a fresh quota of problems. And the mark of success is to deal with them effectively. Another quote, you will never be the person you can be if pressure, tension, and discipline are taken out of your life. So true. So true. That's that pressure that the diamond needs. Yesterday I was working with a client. That's where this live stream actually came from, was multitude of people over my 2 days back from Colorado, which was amazing. But being back in the office for the last 2 days and working with people, it's like there's this running theme that's going on with so many people right now. And it's about problems and setbacks and challenges and it's taking too long and I don't really want to take action. It needs to just be easy. And I get told a lot, like just this morning, somebody told me, oh, well, it can just be easy, effortless and flowing, right? Like it shouldn't be a challenge. As long as it's effortless and flowing, then that means that it's the right path. And what my mentor, one of my mentors always says, and I think it's her mentor that actually is kind of like trickling down here, but the easy is earned. Easy is earned. And that is so freaking true. The easy is earned. And here's the thing. Life can be extremely easy when we are in alignment. Life can be so fluid and playful and joyous and just, like you're just floating in a pool of just yumminess. It can be that way when you are in alignment. And even then, you're still going to get splashed by something. You're still going to get too hot. You're still going to get too cold. Stuff is still going to happen. But for the most part, you can enjoy ease and effortlessness. You can enjoy this state of super flow and abundance. But big, all capitals here, highlight, neon sign flashing over my head right now with the word but. You must be in alignment. And where we get it all wrong is that we don't do the work to get in alignment. We just stumble into being aligned every now and then because we all get aligned every now and then. And that is when it goes easy and fluid and feels good and just feels right for us, right? But we don't know how to read those situations very well. In general, most people don't because they don't even know how to feel themselves, right? Because you know what we are? We are all up here. In our world, we are in our head space, okay? We are completely in our... We're not even good at like vocalizing, so I can't even say that we're like in the throat chakra area, but we're like right above the throat chakra area, and you get this choice in these higher chakras where you can get really overthinking, headsy about things, analytical, critical, judgmental, or you can go way too out there, and what we would deem like crazy. But also that's where that creativity blossoms and you really start to tap into that spiritual self, right? So all of that is possible, but what I see so much, and I know that even I go through these states, but where we get into this overthinking, overcritical, overanalyzing, you know what ends up happening with our energy when we're all up here in our head and we've forgotten about the rest of us, where we're not feeling in our hearts anymore and we're not taking action anymore and to move forward, our energy becomes like sludge. And we just are not in alignment because we're overthinking. We're trying to look at life and everything that we want from a complete and total thinking mental side instead of from that energetic frequency side, which we do need the analytical mind for. But if we don't access what our bodies are actually feeling and saying to us, then we are like a car without a GPS system, okay? And no map and no nothing in a freaking blizzard, okay? And we go, oh, it's so peaceful. Look at the snow coming down. It's so quiet and everything. This must be the right way. It's literally what it's like when we're out of alignment. So yeah, you can say, oh yeah, that feels right. That's so easy. That's why I'm taking that path. If I have a challenge, then that's not the right path. The challenge is there for all the reasons I just got done talking about, right? The challenge is there because it's an opportunity. The challenge is there to apply the pressure so that you can become the person that you need to be, so that you can have what you want to have, so that you can increase your frequency to match what you want to manifest, because what you want is not going to lower its frequency to you. You must grow to it. And that comes through growth. And growth is a pain in the ass for the most part, but you have to become addicted to it. You have to find the fun in it. You have to find the joy in it. Okay. So yesterday, back to my client who was here yesterday, and we were talking about different things. And then all of a sudden, before he's leaving, he looks at a little table that's in my desk area, in my office area. And he says, oh, you have a Bruce Lee book. A Bruce Lee book. I'm like, yeah. And then we're talking about Bruce Lee, and he reminded me that, that Bruce Lee, one of his legs was almost an inch shorter than the other, and that he was virtually blind. And that then made me think of the Michael Jordan book that I have laying right over there next to the Bruce Lee book. And how much failure did Michael Jordan have in his career, right? How much failure did he have? And he just kept taking a shot. And that's what made him the best on the court, was that he was willing to fail, was that he was willing to take on those challenges. The same thing with Bruce Lee. He had challenges. He had human challenges, and he still became Bruce Lee, right? That's because he pushed himself. Those two gentlemen both pushed themselves. And in any person that is having success in any area of their life, okay, because you see this in any area, you can't just say, oh, that's business, oh, that's finance, oh, that's this, da, 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 da. No, any area of life. So anything that you are pursuing in your life is going to demand that you face your own inner demons, which will present themselves as problems, as challenges, as setbacks, as flat tires on your path to getting to be who you need to be to have what you want to have. Okay? But that's all it is it's just setbacks. You have to refuse to allow yourself to be discouraged by those setbacks, because I can tell you, and you might go, well, I don't get discouraged, and I don't and I'm not like that, and great, I hope that's true. But I can tell you, and here's the sad reality, the reason why success is so rare, true success in anything, in our physical bodies, in our financial pictures, in our love-based relationships, and our sex lives, good relationships with our children, with our friends, building a business, having the career that you want, living where you want, having the lifestyle that you want, having the connection with God that you want. Anything that we are pursuing on any level, the reason why success is so rare is that the majority of people talk a big game, and that's all they got is some words. They don't really have what it takes. And it's not because they don't have what it takes, it's because they choose to not have what it takes. It's because when things start to go wrong for them, they point outward and they blame life, they blame others, they blame their past, and they don't take responsibility, and they just don't want to have to deal with it, because it's easier to just lay down. It's easier to take the coward's path. It's easier to just put all the weight down and just, watch some sports and play some video games and hang out at the bar and just have surface level relationships and just do what's familiar. Just do what's familiar and hang out with what is familiar. And then to push, to grow, to feel the pain of that growth. And the majority of people just don't have what it takes, because they don't understand. And my personal belief on this is that I believe that every single one of us is meant to thrive. Every single one of us is supposed to have a phenomenal life, blessed in all the ways. I truly, truly believe that. And I believe that we all have the capability of that, and that we are presented it in our lifetime over and over and over a day. See, told you I can't talk today. Over and over again. And that the reason that we choose to not walk through those doorways into the land of opportunity and our dreams and everything that we want is because we don't feel enough pain in the familiar to push us to want for something different. We haven't fully grasped that we could let it all go here, that we could just set it all down here, all these problems. We can move over there, but it's going to cause us to have to really find the energy, find the time, find the finances, find the motivation, find the stamina, find, the determination to keep going, even when tangible results are not showing up. The evidence is not there, because much like going to a gym, and here we are in January, right? New Year resolution time. Everybody's saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, blah, 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 blah. You do it for a couple days, you do it for a week, you might even make it a couple weeks. But gyms, like if you go to a gym, and I have a few clients that own gyms, but that what I've heard over and over again, because I'm not the gym goer, but that you see, like after that 2-3 week time frame, the gyms are empty again, and come Valentine's Day, there's not a whole lot going on. So people can hold on to their new goals, their resolutions, their ideas. I'm going to do this. I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to make this money. I'm going to really get into this. I'm going to push myself here. I'm going to do for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And that is like phenomenal, because I do have some clients that I can't get them to do something one time. And I'll be like, hey, I need you to text me every day for the next 3 days, right before bed, and tell me what you did on this topic right here. Like just giving them that accountability. And you know what I get? Crickets. You know why? Because they're not in pain enough, because they're so far down in that hole of just this melancholy, despair shit of apathy and everything, and they're just like, I just, like that. But that's a numb state. Like, it feels so shitty to be down there that you get numb to it, and something's got to kick you in the ass, right? Like, that's where you see massive shit happen in somebody's life to kick them in the ass, to pull them out, right? Because they've sunk so far down. But you've got to have that pain. You've got to have the pain in order to move. You have to. And the majority of people can go a long ass time with a hell of a lot of pain on their back to be able, you're just carrying that burdens, their own crosses, you could say, like they're crucifying themselves their entire life. And they're okay with it. They're okay with it. And they're always looking out and going, I'm just not good enough. But it's all the other things, right? It's all the other things that they're just not in alignment. They're just not willing to walk through that door, because that's so scary. That's so foreign. That's so unfamiliar. That requires me to commit every single day. That means that I have to matter to me enough to commit every single day. So there you have it. What's the difference between an obstacle and an opportunity? Just your attitude. Just your attitude toward it. That's it. It's the only thing. And every obstacle is an opportunity. So I want you to think about that today. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your feelings about everything. Please pop them in the comments section. Know that if you are local to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I am doing a workshop, a free workshop in Dallas on the 20th of January, where we are talking about how to move trauma out of the body. I also have some other fantastic workshops coming up over the course of the first quarter of this year for the Dallas area. And there is going to be a fantastic 5-day challenge coming out probably this next week. So look for it. If you follow me, make sure that you get into that free 5-day challenge that will be announced this next week, because we are talking about overcoming obstacles. We are talking about creating that life that you want, quantum leaping from right here where you are in all this negative shit. Maybe it's apathy, maybe it's some illness, maybe it's a financial challenge, maybe it's a shit relationship. I don't know what your problem is, but I can tell you that you can shift it over here into the life that you want, because you do deserve to thrive. But what I just shared over the course of this entire live stream, which was way longer than what I anticipated it to be, pretty normal, but what I shared, that's the requirements. Like, that's the foundational requirements, okay? And it's damn good that you're having these problems. It's damn good that you're falling on your face. Good, good, good. Welcome to the world of good that you have problems, because now Now you can create from there. This is where you get to create you. These challenges are there so that you can become the person that you need to be, that is aligned perfectly in frequency to what you want. But you've got to be willing to not run away from those problems, not hide from them, not bury your head in the sand, not rinse and repeat what you've always done, but to shift. Okay, guys, I love you. Hope that you have a phenomenal day, and I'll catch you another day with another live stream. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on this, and I hope to see you at a workshop or the 5-day challenge soon.